Hi guys, my name is Shida and you're welcome to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video and also leave comments down below. In today's video, I'm going to give tips on how to deal with breakups specifically due to ethnic differences, and I'm using myself as an example, so I'm using my personal experience. The most difficult breakup I think anybody could go through is one that happens due to ethnic difference when both parties are still in love with each other. So in my case, I was seeing this fine gentleman and everything was going fine. We were okay, we understood each other. I think everything was perfect until it got to the time that he had to take our decision or our intention to get married to before his father. Then the issues started. So what happened was he went to see his father, told him about his intention, told him about the lady he had met and what he wanted to do so we could take it to the next level. And then his father made it known that he didn't want his son, and the first son for that matter, to get married to somebody from another tribe. So that was when the problem began. And before then, I had met some of some of his family members. I'd met his mom, and she happens to be a very lovely person that anybody would have loved to have as a mother-in-law. So this gentleman came back with the news of his dad not wanting him to be with anybody from another tribe unless theirs. Then we started having issues in our relationship, and most of the times the vibe wasn't really there. We were having a lot of little issues because we just felt that things were not going the way we would have wanted it to go. So in these times, what happened was that I wasn't talking to anybody about it. Initially, I took it. It was a very personal thing to me. I wasn't talking to my friends about it. I wasn't talking to anybody in my family about it. Now my family, my mother, my siblings knew about this guy. Not my dad yet, but my family. So my family knew about him. But when the issues started coming, I decided not to talk to anybody about it, and I was trying to I was trying to take everything in and try to make meaning of a lot of things by myself. So we were holding on. What me and this man decided to do was to hold on to see whether his father would change his mind. And yeah, so we know what to do. So we were a bit hopeful. We were hopeful to some extent. And I think we waited for close to 2 years. Yeah, I think we waited for 2 or 3 years to see if to see if his dad would change his mind about the decision. So in this period, it was okay, it was normal, but because of what had come up, we were not we it wasn't perfect like it used to be before. Let me just put it this way, it wasn't perfect. So I decided to talk to somebody, and this person was my mom. So yes, let me bring this in. I think that when these things are happening, what you need to do, definitely speak to somebody because it helps. In my case, even though I didn't want to talk to anybody initially, it got to a point that I thought I needed to talk to somebody, especially my mom. So the two people I talked to was my best friend and then my mom. So they know because they are the very closest people in my life. Yeah. So I talked to my mom about it, and then my mom was very supportive. I she gave me a lot of advice. She told me to take my time. Yeah, and then whilst I was doing that, I was talking to his mom too. So and she was also strengthening me. She was also advising me. She was praying with me and all. So yeah, so when some of these things happen, what I think one should do is to pray about it. So in my case, I prayed a lot. I dedicated my prayers to this situation. So what I'll tell God in my prayers was to make everything easy for both of us. And then if this man was mine, if this man was okay and he was mine, then God should soften his father's heart so he accepts us to get married. And if he wasn't mine, God should at least make the breakup very easy. Like I shouldn't go through so much pain, even though every breakup is obviously painful. But I was praying that God makes it very easy for both of us. Yeah. So one thing one should do is to really pray about it, and if it's good for you, tell him to make it happen for you. Number two is to find comfort in somebody. I mentioned that earlier. Yeah, so I needed to talk to somebody after I had soaked everything in. I had understood the situation. I had weighed a lot of other, I don't know, but should I say other sides, or how I was going to receive it if it didn't happen or if it happened. So I can't say I was very certain, but I had braced myself kind of. So yeah, we were still, me and this guy were still waiting to see if his dad would change his mind, but no, it didn't happen after about 2 years. So we decided that okay, if it's not happening and he's still saying no, part ways. And this was very difficult for both of us. It was difficult. There were times when I would cry and all that. It's very normal. So yeah, we just decided to part ways, but it was difficult. It didn't happen. Sometimes we'll bring the issue up, we talk about it, and then one party would go like, no, it can't happen, let's just still hold on. But yeah, it got to a time that we just had to let go. So we just decided something happened, and and I just decided to run. I just felt like this was God answering my prayers, and this was God directing me. So yeah, we took the step to let go. It wasn't the most pleasant thing happened, but we just had to accept it. Yeah, so prayer helps a lot. And then talking to your mother. So I remember my mom telling me, advising me that if it's not happening, you can't do anything about it. There's nothing you can do about it. And so if we should just forgive ourselves. Yes, one thing you have to do is to forgive yourself, forgive the other person, and hope that what is yours will come your way eventually. So yeah, another thing that you need to do is to be strong for yourself. If you are strong and you keep praying and you are hopeful that if what is yours will come, then you can overcome this very painful period of one's life. Then yourself, forgive the other person, because he or she would also be going through a lot. You can't tell. So forgive both of you. And then another very important thing to do is to give yourself time. So if you break up, I think in any breakup, you need to give yourself time. Don't just rush into something else. Don't see another person just right when you're working out of this relationship. I don't think that helps. So give yourself time to heal. Give yourself time to understand everything. Give yourself time to be able to forgive the other person. And so yeah, this is my experience. I hope you find it very informative um and interesting. One lesson too I'd like to give everyone else is that when you meet somebody, when you meet potential, of course, you date somebody with the intention to get married to that person one day. So when you meet somebody, be sure to know whether it can happen, whether both of you can really get married, whether both families would accept each other to get married. Be sure, ask the other person about that, about their families, if it has to do with religion, if it's tribe, or any social, because of a social status. Be sure to find out, because it's very important. Don't wait until you are far gone in the relationship and then something like this happen. It's the worst thing you can deal with in any form of relationship. But yeah, alhamdulillah, we've been able to forgive ourselves and we are really very good friends now. So yeah, if you find this video interesting, or if you find this video very informative, please like this video and leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Bye.